Konnichiwa, Miami gamers, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Surprisingly, guess who's back? Captain Nate!
Who?
Okay, today he's gonna join me with a story because we're doing, but it's not multiplayer, so he's just gonna watch. So, what we're doing, we're going to Inazuma because what happened to Scaramouche, he actually erased himself from history. By the way, this is spoilers from ahead because he could just come back,
We're doing a Winnie the Pooh mission.
I guess. The badly has caused a severe series of unexpected consequences with Israel, and you're the only one aware of that. In order to save the situation, you head off to Inazuma. Might as well be my Inazuma people.
Oh, it's Jeremiah's simp.
Oh my god. It's not even... When I play with Nameless, and this is what you're gonna do to me.
Well, yeah, because you simp. You
Yeah.
simp on every character in this game. You can't, even though.
Okay, since you're back, what made you want to come back?
I don't know.
I mean, I was thinking that if you did come back, I'll give you, like, better tips like I did to you this morning.
Yeah, I forgot about those tips.
Oh.
I need to read them again.
Paimon? Are you sure it's a good idea? What we're doing?
Ah, paimon, emergency food.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely.
Okay. It's part of me. I'd like to ask a question if you may.
Of course. Go ahead.
You know what? About the Legend Golden.
Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting.
Oh yeah,
Very
so
well.
Jeremiah, when
I'll
are
tell
you
you what I
Paimon?
know once more.
Huh? What?
Remember you and me plan on kidnapping Paimon and then eating her?
Once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But
So the
fortunately,
great swordsmith
Kaede
clan.
Harakazu
Well, I guess
recently
Zoro is
returned
going to
to
be here.
Inazuma and took up
Who?
the mantle of the Ishin
Zoro.
art. Now,
Go, you mean?
2 clans remain
Zoro.
of the original Gokuden 5.
So.
From
If
One
my memory
Piece.
serves me right,
Zoro.
Oh, it's
you
talking about One
yourself
Piece.
were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
I was like, what?
Oh, yeah, we were. Paimon remembers that now. We learned a bit about the decline of the
Do you not know who is Zoro?
It seems like such
I'm sorry, I forgot who that is. What was the who's behind the decline?
That,
He is
my friends,
Luffy's
is a tragic tale
First.
indeed.
first crewmate. The
I
first
am
mate.
sorry! If I talk
Who
about
has
One
green hair. Who is known
Wowie.
as Moss Hair Man.
Why were you talking about One Piece moving Genshin?
In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those
My
great
guy,
deeds of mines,
why?
but never the cause. Only recently,
Just imagine if it's a
when the
one like,
question
why
was
isn't
on my
they
mind,
talking about One
did I
Piece?
ask Kaede Harakazuha about
No, it's
this.
One Piece.
He told me that
It's you who's
we
talking
were
about
both
One
heirs
Piece.
to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden. It was right that
Hey,
should
I
know
mean,
the
you
truth.
mentioned it.
There is no
Not
harm
me,
in
I'm talking about
telling
One
you,
Piece.
but I
Oh.
must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale. The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
vengeful. Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave
Oh,
swordsmith
fire good,
heard the commotion
Fire
and
good.
chose not to flee,
fire good,
but he rushed to the scene,
fire.
hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in
good.
that day. And
Fire
overseeing
makes them
it
bright. Very
was the
warm.
armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties
Well,
to the
I effort.
Kaedehara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphan son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world.
I look dead inside, like, oh god, can we get out of here, please?
In his heart,
Where's
the
the
whole of
skip?
Inazuma was culpable in his
What?
tragedy.
I was!
He hated
But the
the
fans would be like,
Almighty
Genshin.
for her apparent indifference
Genshin, my
towards
fans
his
would be like, why are you skipping?
and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless
Genshin.
and destitute,
Well, that's all
the
I can
only
say.
legacy he had to pass on to his children was his
I mean, I could speed on this if I wanted to.
generation
You
after
know what? I'm
generation
actually
bore
thinking
this
that I
grudge,
might just quit Genshin again.
in utter
What?
Alas, if only the story could have ended there.
No, I'm just kidding.
But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer.
Genshin, where Jeremiah
He
sims
could do
with
not find a
everyone,
way. He made a drastic decision.
even the
Take revenge
boys.
on the Raiden Gokuin.
What?
In doing
Which
so,
one?
he sought to vent his pent-up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuin. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end.
You're just talking to this
He
old
failed
man,
to catch them unawares.
like forever.
Back fiercely,
Like,
It was
can't
never-
use.
spare his life.
Like, come
Remember-
on, just end.
Genshin, if you are
This is where the
watching
Kaedehara
this
clan and
video,
their machine
please
arms survived that
add
day.
in skips.
I suppose they were the lucky
I
ones.
mean, with Tower
Under
Fantasy,
the
you can
dire
skip,
circumstances.
but some you can't.
I know, but they can add in the Pokemon skips. How that works? If they just keep on spamming the same button, then you can just zoom.
Yeah. The legend of the Raiden Golden has changed. Someone else attacked the swordsmith. Oh, shit! So, Scaramouche did change the history. It looks like the better did something in Israel, but it seems Nemo still died.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Have you seen Kazuo recently?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact.
You mean Paimon?
We spoke for a while over some tea. He seemed well.
Pew, he's still exists, and he's the same cause I know. Things don't seem as bad as I feared last night. That's all. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon.
Do you?
On to the next stop. Lead the way, traveler. Paimon will be right behind you.
I have a theory.
Okay,
about-
so
about
yeah, you wanna
Paimon.
say? You wanna say it? Okay, good. Go ahead.
I have a theory about Paimon.
Yeah.
That when she first found you on the freaking shore, that her species or people legit
This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler, it's been a while.
uses you
Hello.
to get food.
If you're looking for
What kind of deal is
information on Miss
that?
Kamisato,
It's a
I'm
theory
afraid
of
your timing
Paimon
is
doesn't do
unfortunate.
shit, but
They're
only
not here
take
right
your
now.
money and eat.
Are they out on business?
The commissioner
That
is
Because
sounds-
to be honest, she really
Miss
doesn't do anything.
Kamisato is standing in for some meetings.
That
in
is
the
true.
Those
place.
Just fools
The
around.
only thing that she does do
You're
is just
welcome to wait
learn, and
inside
that's
until
it.
they get back.
Learn and save us, like only a few times.
What do you think?
She really
Shall we go in?
hardly ever saved us.
Like from falling from a cliff, and I've got the other part too. Thank you. We'll lead you up to that with her. Can we take a walk in the courtyard?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
Let me in.
Then, thanks.
Come here. Oh my god, I don't like this.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say?
Ma'am, can I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course, traveler.
Yes, Paimon, why did you
Yes,
betray me?
I
Paimon,
know
why are
you
you using
are.
me only to buy food for you?
Miss Kamisato has told me about you.
Paimon, how come that you have
Would
only
you
one
like
brain
to
cell? It must be
know?
lonely in there.
How are your commissions and Miss Co these days?
Oh, they're both very well indeed.
Paimon,
Lately,
if you really want to
Miss
help me,
Kamisato
actually get a
has been
freaking
rather
job,
busy
and then after
attending
that you can buy your
all
own food.
kinds of
Listen to using my
meetings
money.
and occasionally actually paying visits to some local organizations
Hashtag
on
hate
the
on Paimon.
commissioner's behalf. As for the commissioner himself,
No, she.
well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he
Food.
does seem to be in a rather good mood these
And it's not just
days.
you, it's other people
So
who even
pretty
offers
much
you and
business as
Paimon.
usual,
And,
Miyashiro,
and what does she always say? Yes.
Very much so.
After still in the conclusion, Aka is still the lady of the house, no changes to him. As far as I can see, nothing changed in the Yasha Commission either. I was spending as much, but it's still a big relief to know that the Cosmos Symphony are both safe and well.
Well, got any more questions?
That's all for now, many thanks.
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often.
But I gotta find my sister.
I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time.
My crush?
She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend.
Oh, his crush? Oh, we
And
all
she's
know
always
Jeremiah's
saying
crush.
how
It's
talented
freaking
you are.
yay.
How much she admires
Yeah, but
you.
Yay,
no, for
Nico.
realsies.
I must say,
For realsies, she has a small crush on him.
things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know. You're a hero to us all.
I'm flattered.
I mean it. Whenever the commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away. The commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home. But given the opportunity, he always prefers to dine here. They say it's because Toma's a much better chef than most. Oh, the commissioner is so fond of home comforts. They get to talking about you sometimes too, you know. Always with a very fond tone. The way one would talk about dear old friends around whom one can truly be themselves. Miss Kamisato
Like, if you're talking about you, you're talking about me? Oh, I'm so flattered.
Whenever the whole family gets together and they start talking about
Good, because I'm sure that
people
Jeremiah would
they've met
love
and
that.
experiences they've had, you always get a mention.
Is it Ningguang?
It's been
What?
many years
Is it
now
Beto?
since the late
Nope.
Mr. and Mrs. Kamisato passed away.
Is it Paimon? Because
Much
gosh, I
has
don't want
happened
that.
in the Kamisato
You said Paimon?
as
No.
someone who is
I'm about to say, what?
who have watched their
No.
son and daughter grow up. It makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend whose company they enjoy so
Could it be Naruto?
So, in the future, if you ever
Could
do
it be
have the
Sasuke?
time, please
Ah.
know you are always very
Could
welcome
it
at
be
the Yashiro
Sakura?
Commission headquarters. There will
Or
always
Kakashi?
be at least one old lady who would be delighted to have the pleasure of your company.
Thank you. The people of the Cosmos clan are very dear friends to me.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Paimon likes it here too.
Could it be a candy cane?
Something about the food
Candy
here
cane?
being really great. Paimon's itching to try it. We may just
Could
have
it
to
be
invite ourselves
Jeremiah
around for
secretly
dinner
being a
sometime.
girl?
Paimon meant we should come pay a visit again real soon. Ideally around dinner time.
Of course. You're always welcome.
Alright, goodbye for now. Where are we going next?
Tatasuna.
Great! Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out.
All right, then. Take care now. Hope to see you soon.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yes!
Yep, everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
You know, sound tough.
She wants to eat some pigs in Minecraft.
What? Now you're talking about Minecraft.
Who wants some hash on pork chops, people? I mean, come on. We all love pork chops.
Sure.
What about cows? Do people like steak? If you don't like steak, there's definitely something wrong with you.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I don't want to talk about this though. So, you know how we're getting a Genshin anime happening soon?
Yeah, I know. I just hope that they don't ruin it.
Yeah, I hope not. So, apparently, it's possible beginning the episodes, Aether will be together, and then they just get separate, like, later on.
This is my question. How is the first season going to be like? Are they going to make every season for every new area, like Mondstadt and everything else? Is that going to be like one whole season of like each?
I don't know, but that'll be crazy, but fun to watch.
Well,
Like, season 1 will be Mondstadt, next season will be Inazuma.
I'm just like, of like a lot of stories of like the people and everything who's at Mondstadt, just like how we have it.
Yeah.
My eyes
And then it'll be the same thing for everything else. Because to be honest, it won't be rushing the story. You get to meet a lot of characters and people like in the show, just like how we met them in the game.
Yes.
So what about
So I just hope that they actually do that. I hope that they don't rush it to where it's just be like, oh, we're gonna do this much episodes. We're gonna do it like every 2 places in 1 season. No, do every.
Do you know much about Tatana?
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
How do you understand the history of this area?
Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasu years ago.
Coming now.
They
I'm
said
waiting
it's
for
all
Project
true
Playtime.
history here.
Same here, so I could do UTV with you. Go on, I'm listening.
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know?
I've been on their
Tatarasuna starts a long time
Discord
ago.
server.
I'm told
They
this
say
history
that
is one of the most
they are
foremost
99%
forging and smelting operations in the nation, goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
a couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
Really?
Mechanics, huh? Looks like the doctor still sabotaged the furnace, leading to all the incurred chaos. Oh man. Nathan, would you like to know who is the doctor in this game?
No!
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna? Come on, ask already.
Be patient, Paimon! I am.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
We're not even in school anymore.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge?
Pretty much. So, can I ask one more question?
Sure, go ahead.
Have you ever heard of Kunibog? Oh god, oh no. It's silly, it must have been changed the world to prevent everything back to the way it was, but so far it looks like the measure of change has only affected himself. Thank you, Xavier.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Okay, so Nathan has to go by the way, guys, so it's just me now.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
It's only me now.
Looks like you
I
got
mean,
all the
it was-
information you're looking for.
It was fun to be with him, so time to go back and see Lesser Lord Kuznati.
Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you.
Thank you, Paimon.
Hey, don't mention it. Alright, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Yeah, right. What's going on?
Hey, it's them!
Yes?
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Why? Are you still talking about the essay?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
Oh my god, this is the beginning episode.
The same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Perfect. These two has research to talk past. Let's see what they have to say.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
The article let me read the last time was great.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, let me check the information here. Do I have to? Oh, look, the gold one. Let's read that one. A great many of these rumors revolve around the Vukata, who are very curious of innocent folks' hero stories. A small person, however, repeatedly mentions the word outsider. It should be known that the appearance of such a character, who is sus to be based on a real person, is a very curious case that fact drew attention of the witches to delve further, and eventually the following piece of vision came to light. A foraging mechanic once visited Tozani. Reportedly, the reason for the imagination was to exchange knowledge and forge ties with the locals. However, the mechanic seems to behave sussy, often wandering around the estate or wastelands area. And if someone tried to turn her away, they would only earn incorrect numbers from their lips. The mechanic often stared into the furnace, slowly to check on the condition. Unsettlingly, he also spent a certain amount of time watching the local residents. Judging from the era, it was not uncommon to see cross-cultural exchange of technical knowledge in place under a Tsunade. After traveling across the ties, forage expert being welcome in the region was likely not unreasonable either. Yet charity came not long after the exchange of knowledge, which hints at high potential for a crossage between these events. However, some Kun residents believe that these substances were merely the results of their forebears' overreaction and imagination attempting to theorize how things actually unfold. Well, any more? Okay, there's more. The mechanics, long have I delivered through many texts and documents, but I was untimely unable to disappear when a special specter of a clue as to his background. Still, mention of the mechanic grew such in the aftermath of the Tuzmi incident. I suspect that instead of the mechanic possible being a fire woven from overwhelmed imagination, he actually did exist, and perhaps even had a hand in the event and took place in Tuzmi. It seems to be most of the paper remains unfinished, but needs to show though a lot was put into it.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
Oh my god. No, please no more golden words. Hold on, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's only 3. Okay. Murky has grinned. Upon hearing this, Neon released the lizard from the hand into cozy palms, but just as more words were to be exchanged, someone came walking nearby. Their foot was steady and confidence, and the head of the appearance by the door was the former boy. The newcomer placed some lunchbox on the side, noted it made the leave. Customer called out to him, "Sir, what about your day meal? Are you not hungry?" The man smiled upon hearing Kuzu's words. "I already ate. I hope that you, my lords, may have found them to sate your hunger soon. You are our guest, sir. To see you help to find matters filled with embarrassment." Neo said to sincerely. The man smiled as if the normal. Then, with a nod, he disappeared. Okay, next going over here. Like a fallen spear, the black cloud reached the bottom of the boat and was drawn in the beneficial of direction. Like a charging beast, they plunged into the shoreline, seeing step away. The mechanic laughed, slowly approaching the grand wreck. Naughty, but half of the arm was left on the ones that cried out for help, and with a plot, it landed at the mechanic's feet, who crouched his barrel studied the object, standing against the urge to take a bite. Yet, he did not, for the dark cloud slowly down the head, plucking the remains of the ship clean. Then, a second ship was sent, followed by the third, and the fourth each who left for seeking situation. Do so under full scale and black fortunes. We seem detected that should not risk anyone else, but the situation of necessity was served. They need to gain aid from Inazuma, even should it cost them more lives. It seems the rest of the work remains unfinished. From the season text, however, it appears that the novel of fantasy, sexy, colorful sensibilities, boy from Imagine, will underlies. The contest has changed, another effect determined with the of Inazuma. The peddler said he raised 2 of the names. If he reads the seat, it must be taking all the might, but still.
Well, what do you think?
A masterpiece!
Hey, Traveler, remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma, so how about we tell them what we learned?
Sure.
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
You tell the 2 worlds that you learn about the wild and Google and tell history.
Wow, so many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Amanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
We got something to take off. Bye for now.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
You're welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
Okay, Nahida time! Nahida! Nahida! The baby! The baby!
Nahida, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Good.
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then he decided he wanted to go to Inazuma.
I was visiting the situation with the bad deal.
The Balladeer? It sounds like some kind of code name.
What? Oh shit!
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
Even a god could forget about that? Even he doesn't remember. Just like last time. And the change to Invis affect her as well. The Bill attacked quickly. He finished erasing her cell before it could stop him. I know who still remembers the things that were erased. Once again, I'm the record keeper.
Traveler? Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
The things that has happened that only I can remember. I have to tell you the truth. You have a heavy heart, you piece back together the story that you woke in the scatter across time. There once was named Balladeer, created by the Electric Archon. He was a poet who lived among men. After a series of events in Tucson, the Balladeer Dinkley has been traced with betrayal, left innocent to roam the world beyond. With no trust for humans, they only loathed for gods. He bore his guru for years as he grew his strength, then returned to Inazuma to take his revenge. He tried in vain to become ability with the generals and the ever of losing everything. Finally, he entered Inazuma and learned the truth behind the betrayal. Knowing now that his life was built on lies, he did the unthinkable in the intent to reverse the tragic fate.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past. But how was he even able to do that? As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it. Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality. So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the world? Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The Traveler comes from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no information about him in Irminsul, and it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect him. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
You can say that.
Simon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it? I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
I'm really not sure. With enemies, after all, I don't know his person all this time, so I can't see why he distinct to extreme. Did he want to reverse everything, or save someone, or did he want to undo his existence? Everything can be set right. It's the tendency of the once for all. Maybe that's all there is to it. I still know the questions he asked. He asked me silly, and my hesitate gave him his answer. I hesitate because I witnessed great little further her own existence, but I can't tell Nahida that. To put it another way, I know why the battle was so sure it could work, but I can't tell him that.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
He chose such a radical option, and yet...
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Yes.
Once the balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense. Every part of it. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left. Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Yeah, he changed the world in many real ways, and yet the dead still didn't get a second chance. Those fearing the tragedy it could not be saved. What exactly did he want to fight back against? The betrayal in his life, or did he wish he never existed at all?
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one.
Huh? What is that? What is that?
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything he has told us. What is it? A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Surprisingly, they wouldn't express you as a way to resemble a fairy tale.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
This matches everything I said.
I authored this record myself. Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer? When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else. Hold on. So this record survived from the past? Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the kabuki mono in other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul. That's incredible! What a great idea! And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew he'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one he told us. The now erased life of the balladeer.
So what happened next? What's going on?
There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own.
It looks like a story like for Klee.
Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree, who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender, and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. the gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin."
Oh my
god. The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good.
Aww.
Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
What a story.
We solved it! I remember now. This is not just the balladeer's story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened.
Smart!
To become a god,
That scared me.
he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered. It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke. The balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail. That Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own harbinger.
It feels like life isn't infinite as a feather.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better. This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along. Yeah, Nahida's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later. Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take him out for a walk to clear his head? You got it. Come on, traveler. You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk.
Oh, Middle E now?
Let's go get a snack for one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits.
Aye!
It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Yeah! Open the gate! Woohoo! Let's see everyone. If no one else here. New lightning, no will, need do.
Here! What should we eat first?
I have a nagging feeling that this thing I'm missing is something important that I'm forgetting.
Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
Ay! So just give me a minute. I'm still processing.
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
Come on, brain. Let's dig this out. Let's go study something about Ilso and the link of self. Great look whatever. Forbidden knowledge, Nahida.
What is it? Have you figured it all out?
Yes, that was it. Great look father. She said that no one can erase himself from existence, not even her. Otherwise, why would she need to quit her own economy unless the local knowledge to do the things for her? There would be no point.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
Aye! Oh god, your eyes okay? Anyways, yeah, I remember something. No, I can't tell Paimon. She doesn't know about Great Local Vata. But this is clearly important detail, assuming that puzzle for the better deal to complete with his own existence. In which case, the question is, what happened to him?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Huh? I know Aether! He's alive! He's alive!
Hey! Hey, wait!
You mean me?
Oh my god, look at him!
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Oh my, look him in the back, just stalking.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
That guy is the Paladino.
He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsettias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now?
Let's follow him.
Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
Why would you want to stalk? No, never mind. Oh wait, follow just saw. I mean, sure, I don't like this. Scaramouche, you are nearby. Is it even going? Yeah, it is. Oh my god, what a distance. Is this a good idea? Will he notice us?
Yeah, this'll do.
He's so nice and calming. Look at him.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsettias? Isn't that a bit too cruel?
Shush the fuck up.
Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back.
If it wasn't seeing this with my own eyes, I would never believe it.
Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
Ah! I know, I was just walking by.
He spotted us.
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice.
You're right, we were following you.
Have we met before? No, we haven't met. But you know me?
Yes.
I have no recollection.
It's clever, but I do know you.
Are you absolutely sure?
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
I can prove it. You're a puppet.
Puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right. The
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
Does they want to take you?
Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Alright.
Then let's return to the city.
We're helping him! Oh, that's so sweet! I'm like crying of happiness right now. Open the gate! We're here! Ooh. Are we friends with Nilu? Is he friends with Nilu? Oh my god, I'm like, what? Hey, Buzz.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't...
Have any?
No. You're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm gonna love this. Nahida! We are back, baby! Woohoo! Oh, what's she looking at? Are you watching Coco Melon? You watching Coco Melon while I'm away? Hilarious.
Nahida! Nahida! What's wrong?
Nothing. We brought him here.
Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
You tell us, look, something what happened in the Grand Bazaar.
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation. Oh, like a past life or something? Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation? Oh, okay. I see.
Paimon hates you!
You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation.
We'll just start the dig well to start.
If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear, but I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Even it hurts.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, You did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did. And many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
He tells the one about his past.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time. A chain of cause and effect. A cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
Paimon's not your biggest fans. We weren't each other's enemies.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish. Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Okay.
Oh, good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
Oh, right. Enter the memory. Oh! Hold up! Right here? Do the Visitor Draft or the Wanderer? Okay, yeah. Oh, that's what we're doing. We'll see you for next episode. Alright guys, I'm gonna end there. Like and subscribe and I'll see you later. Sayonara.